Hello, I'm Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian, and welcome back to this review channel, providing as ever the stab vest of critical common sense in the inner city classroom of discourse. And could I just discreetly now advise you to subscribe to this channel and also to buy my new book, The Body in the Mobile Library and Other Stories, a collection of short fiction you can buy at all bookstores, good and bad. Is this Clint Eastwood's final film as a director? If so, Juror number 2 is a perfectly decent picture for the legendary 94-year-old to go out on, and it was evasive and mean-spirited of his long-time producing studio Warner Brothers to let it play in so few cinemas, particularly in the United States, restricting it largely to streaming. This is a legal drama, a 12 Angry Men type pressure cooker, not so much like a John Grisham adaptation, more like a modernised version of some stage play from the 1950s, although it is in fact an original screenplay by Jonathan Abrams, whose work has been so far pretty much restricted to a short-lived jukebox musical on Broadway about Huey Lewis and the News. Nicholas Hoult plays Justin, a magazine journalist with a blandly personable manner and a heavily pregnant young wife. He's been called up for jury duty. He is Juror number 2, in a murder trial where the tough district attorney is played by Toni Collette. The defendant is a man with a criminal past and gang connections, accused of killing his girlfriend after many witnesses saw them having a violent row in a bar, and then saw the girlfriend storm off into the dark and rain, apparently intending to walk home. Later, her body was found with head wounds at the bottom of a ravine under a bridge, and the prosecution have a further eyewitness placing the defendant just where she would have fell at the time of death. But there is no smoking gun evidence and no murder weapon. And things are, in fact, even more complicated than that. Juror number 4, played by J.K. Simmons, has a secret, and so does Justin. He is a recovering alcoholic who realises he was at that bar on the fateful night, having come close to falling off the wagon, and he is now in possession of information which could acquit the defendant, but which he cannot reveal without incriminating himself.
1 year ago, on October 25th, the defendant, James Scythe, and his then girlfriend, Kendall Carter, they had a fight. And he's gonna pay for what he did.
Juror number 2 feels like a sturdily old-fashioned piece of work. The kind of script which could have played as a radio or live TV drama in the United States any time from the end of the Second World War onwards. The pacing and editing are a little sedate, and so is the way the actors have been directed, and the interiors are lit in a temperate way, very, very different from something dark and gritty. But having said this, it holds together perfectly well, and there is, in fact, a genuine unresolved tension in wondering how on earth this thing is going to come out, and a kind of inspiration in casting Nicholas Hoult as Justin, the sweet, innocent, friendly, corn-fed American nice guy who has kept things secret from his wife, played by Zoe Deutsch, and now he realises he has to manipulate the jury to save his own skin. Another director, another script editor, might have cranked up the energy and the violence and the shame, and taken away at least some of what, to my British eyes, looks almost like a cosy crime approach. I guess it looked to Warner Brothers like something for the small screen, but in times gone by, a serviceable, issue-led drama like this, particularly with such blue-chip acting names, would have been entirely acceptable as a feature film for theatrical distribution. Juror number 2 may not be a masterpiece, but it's a robust drama and a very intriguing item in Clint Eastwood's amazing filmography. And so we lower the curtain on another vlog. Please give it a like and a share on your socials. Please subscribe and tell me what you're enjoying at the movies right now. And please, oh please, buy my new collection of short fiction, The Body in the Mobile Library and Other Stories. Details given below. See you next time.